We're all
Why?
bad.
Why can't you see the meter?
Now I can see the meters because in the intro video screen. Hi everybody, welcome to Jack Plays. In the intro one, our meters weren't there because we were muted.
Of course.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Okay, I think we're all like appropriately volumed now. Hi everybody, welcome. Marty is sick, and so what we made the executive decision because the next Elden Ring stream is going to probably be the last Elden Ring stream. As I think I only have one more boss to go. And so we made the executive decision not to continue with that while Marty is sick so I can finish it with Marty. So I have Jesse and Casey with me. Yay!
Hi. The two of us fused together make one Marty.
one Marty.
I
That's
think
how
like
powerful Marty is.
even the three of us together, we come close to being a Marty.
We need more hubbas. We don't have enough between the three of us.
So we are here to play Tiny Rogue. Hold on, let me click on the window here. And you should be able to hear Xbox controller removed. You should be able to hear some of the chip tunes. Hey, excuse me, I want my controller. Pro controller connected. Oh my God. There is, okay, so this is an early access game. Heads up. You're going to see a lot of dingles, a lot of dangles, a lot of controller, removed controller. Yep, okay, yeah, all right, there we go. Yep, and there's one more. All right, we're doing great.
Pure
so
chaos.
And,
another
all right,
one?
and
There's
okay,
another
it's
one.
connected again. This is Tiny Rogues. This is an early access game that I figured I would pick up and play for a little bit because it looked interesting, and I think I have close to 30 hours in already. Just picked it up a week or so ago. It is once you see the gameplay, you will understand why I specifically love this game. It is, here's my elevator pitch for Tiny Rogues. It is the Binding of Isaac, but instead of your tiers fusing into ridiculous weapons, you get 800 spreadsheets with 1,000 different stats that you have to keep track of. Wow. Yeah. It's what? It's great. You'll see. Is this game? Heads up, this is not for everyone. This is specific Jack bullshit.
Jesus. Lume in chat says 400 hours here.
Lume gets it. Lume, you understand because it's like, you know, the wonderful thing with any roguelike, Binding of Isaac specifically, is like finding your build, right? Oh, here's what I'm working towards. Here, when you have to make the decision of do I go A thing or B thing, you want to like engine building. That's the best way I've heard deck builders be described as. You're building your murder engine. And Tiny Rogues has a million different decisions to build a perfect murder engine. Let's play.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Lume with 400 hours in did say turn off the CR or something?
Oh, okay. So here, let me go back to the early access game. In the options, also a million different display things. And the original way that this game presents itself is like an old school analog TV. And so they have like a CRT effect.
CRT,
they have
okay.
scan lines effect where like literally the screen wibbles and wobbles. And here's the thing, Tiny Rogues, just take it away. It's not. We don't need it. It's cute.
That's exactly what Tiny Rogue said. Turn the CTR off. It's better.
Tiny Rogues is here.
No, you meant Lume.
Lume. Yeah. Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Tiny Rogues himself.
Mr.
I almost missed his chat. It's so tiny.
Mr. or Mrs. Tiny Rogue themselves. Yes. Heads up. Just turn that off right from the beginning.
Is it that bad? Like I've seen that in some other games, and it's like I could take it or leave it. Like, is this one like egregious in some way?
Here, hold on. Let me turn on CRT to full effect.
We're watching the delayed stream, so it'll be a minute before we
Yeah.
notice. But
Oh yeah, look
wow,
at that.
that's really
It warps it,
Real bulbous.
and then you're gonna see in a little bit like a like a little thing where it warps it to make it look like a
Yeah.
VHS.
Like, yep.
Obnoxious. We don't need it.
Yeah,
that is a
not-
lot. That's a lot.
The curving and the scan lines I'm okay with. That VHS thing, no. I really can't deal with that.
We don't need it. And so there's a bunch of little fiddly things. Obviously, early access game, and a very strong community as far as like people do help you out with like, hey, something's not working quite right. 23 hours of playtime is what I have. So here is Tiny Rogue. You get to pick from a slew of heroes. I have a couple extra unlocked. Ooh, maybe we'll do a pirate one. You have a slew of heroes to choose from, each with different stats. And so, like, for example, here's our bandit. We see over on the side here, they get a free item from the shop. They get a superpower. Everybody gets a superpower. The bandit throws a smoke grenade. And let's see here, strength and dexterity at 3, intelligence at 0, because it has those kind of stats. But then we head over here to our wizard, intelligence 5, strength at 1, dexterity 0. You gain mana, you get a magic circle. It's like everybody has their own bullshit. And everyone... Oh, I hit play game. Who did I play game as? Shit. Well, this is going to be our first run.
It looked like someone who had like a crossbow or something in their hand.
Oh, that could be.
When we get back, I wanted to ask who is in the brown Snuggie on the right side.
We're going to get a couple runs in because I can't imagine I'm going to win a lot. This is the soldier. So when I mentioned that you get like 50 different spreadsheets with 100 different things, this is what I'm talking about. So these are like your general stats. These are your offensive stats. These are your defensive stats. And these are your miscellaneous stats.
Wow, it's a lot of text.
Take it in, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
So you got all this. You got all this stuff, and you have. Let's see here. The soldier has permanently apply a 24% movement speed. Okay. So if I arrest someone, if I use my superpower, they move slower, and I do more damage to them. So this is something that we probably want to save for the bosses. If the enemy is enchanted, the debuff is applied to the entire pack. Ooh, very nice. So then on the side of the screen, you see like my hearts. You see the green arrows are stamina. The blue stars are my superpower uses. The red things are health potions, money, keys, bombs, souls, and then my stats. It's so much. It is fucking so much.
Yeah, it keep like the symbols get smaller as they go down the screen. It's almost as if they stretch out into infinity.
It's the Star Wars crawl. Yeah, it's so fucking much. But then at the end of the day, it's just a top-down twin stick bullet hell roguelike. Like here's my pole arm thing.
God, that's a long pole arm.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you're bouncing a yo-yo or something.
All right, so we're gonna get some gold here.
A couple super chats came in. Josh Knowles with a $5 dono says, Jack and Jesse, as dungeon masters, would you accept a clown bardic college, like bard class clown specialization? Maybe balloon animals as instrument?
I would 100. Okay, first of all, yes, absolutely would. Second of all, I wouldn't limit it to bard. I think other classes would make great clowns as well. Like, if you want to flavor your class that like summons things, and like you're like, I need a wolf, and like made a balloon animal wolf. Absolutely. Like I would.
A clown animal handler?
Yeah. Like I think it could be applied to any class. And that's your flavor. And you can have some specialty stuff. Yes, absolutely.
Any class is a little much, Jesse. Any class.
Any class.
I think like if if you want to add your background as clown and like do something like you get a bonus to charisma checks, fine. But like a specialty clown bard class is hilarious. I don't think you get to use balloon animals as your musical instrument. I do believe like your balloon animals can be really low level companions that you can make. And depending on your maybe depending on your clown class level, the more elaborate balloon animals you can make. So at first you can just make a snake. It's just like a simple balloon. But then later you get to make more and more elaborate balloon animals. 100%. I think that's hilarious.
What if you're a clown artificer and your balloons are your inventions, and that's why they start to get more complicated? You can basically make a balloon car.
All right. You know what? You're selling me on this any class bullshit, Casey. Okay, so I don't want to overwhelm you guys with all of the mechanics of this game because there's a lot. But as you see here, like we get to choose what happens. We either get a shrine, which is a passive buff, or we get dice because as part of your inventory, you get a dice bag. And these dice can either re-roll those rooms, re-roll the traits like your level up superpowers, re-roll treasures, or re-roll superpowers in a whole different way. So yeah, there's a lot to this game. But just remember, at the end of the day, all you're really doing is a twin stick.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what is like the base like gameplay loop that is being informed by all of these hundreds of stats?
It's just
like
this.
it's just okay.
It's just this. You are becoming more powerful while you do a bullet hell-esque twin stick shooter. And so like, oh, I want +1 to my dexterity because I believe my pole arm, so my pole arm scales with strength and dexterity. So in general, that's the kind of run I'm going to go for, is upping those stats. So when I look for new weapons, when I look for new bullshit, like here, +1 intelligence, I don't need that shit, but I could use an extra key. So I'm going to go into this room to get the extra key. But as you see, like, all I'm doing is dodging and hitting.
So is every room like this setup, the single room?
Yep, single square setup. Obviously, as you get on through the levels, more and more enemies, more and more elaborate attacks. Here's a fun thing to add yet another mechanic, because all of those stats you have to kind of have in the back of your head. And as you play more and more, all those stats just kind of stay there. Cursed broccoli. I can get +3 dexterity, but I get a curse applied to me. Curses can do a lot of weird shit. There is a way to remove them. It's definitely worth it for +3 broccoli. The game paused, and I don't know why. It does this every once in a while.
Curse?
I think it might be the curse.
Oh wow.
Curses.
So are the curses really like meta things like this? Like it could, like, they don't tell you what it is, but you find out that something's wrong.
Like, it just paused my game without me knowing anything. I had to hit the unpause button. Maybe that's the curse. Maybe it's something else. I don't fucking know. So then you can go into you start digging into your stats, right? And here, where are curses? I think they're under the miscellaneous. Okay, so
I was gonna say, does it show you what the actual curse is?
All it says here is I have 1 curse, and I have a cursed hit chance of 10%. I don't necessarily know what that means. That could mean a lot of bullshit, but I know I have 1 curse. There are certain superpowers that say the more curses you have, the harder you hit. It's all a game. Building that engine. That's what we're doing. We're building that engine. We are going high dexterity, too, because I'm getting a lot of dexterity power-ups.
Pure Pyro with a €2 donation. Jack and Jesse, do you know a party game, Codenames?
Yeah. Got it.
Love Codenames. Love Codenames.
I think it's in my bag in the other room, because
I feel like during PAX, Codenames featured somewhere somehow, and the both of you reacted to it in a way where it was like, oh shit, Codenames.
Because Codenames is it just announced a digital version, a phone version of their game, and so they were all over PAX announcing their new digital version.
Checks out.
You know, I didn't know that's why they were there. I missed that. I just saw a bunch of their different Codenames board games, and I was like, oh, I might have to buy another one.
There are different Codenames.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't know what Codenames is.
It's a really fun party game where you have 2 teams, and there's one person on each team who is giving the code names, who is going to speak. They are only allowed to say 1 word and a number. In front of the players is a big board of like 20 cards that have a word or short phrase on it. And you have specific ones you want your team to guess. And so you'll try and find a connection between all of them. Like, oh, there's the tree and grass and bird that I want them to guess. So I'll say nature 3, and I'll hope that they kind of piece that together from all the things on there. But oh no, I didn't notice that lake was on there. So like they might pick lake. If they pick one that isn't one of yours, then it flips over. It might be another team. It might be just neutral, or it might be the insta-lose card. There's one of those. So it's a really fun, like, you really have to gamify how you communicate with your team.
Okay, yeah, those are usually fun.
The other team goes. Yeah, it's a really fun game.
Like it's in the vein of like a taboo.
Mm-hmm.
What are the other word ones? I forget. But yeah, I've played a couple of those at like get-togethers. Those are always fun.
Yeah. And Codenames is especially fun because it's like, one, it's a very good game, but it also encourages a lot of discussion and good comedy banter.
Yeah.
Which some of those, like, some of those quote unquote games that encourage comedy banter are really light on the game element, but not Codenames.
Totally
Right.
agree. Codenames is game first.
Yes. And so, yeah, really, really quality game. You might notice, the keen-eyed amongst you might notice that I have a camel following me around.
Yeah, when
I
did
was
that
curious
happen?
about that.
I will explain that in a bit because we get our first trait, our first, like, kind of, extra superpower. This is going to help us determine what kind of build we get here. So my camel friend gives me another dash. And here it says on dash grants 4 stacks of tailwind. Tailwind, it gives me a bunch of damage bonuses. That maybe.
Yeah, camels definitely known for giving people additional dashes.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, storage. It gives you more storage. Let's see here.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, every 3 seconds trigger a grenade throw. So it's just like, I'm just tossing grenades. That's really fun.
That seems really useful. Also, is 500 to 600 damage a lot?
Right now, yes. Maybe even the next level, not really.
Okay.
Let's see here. Grants 20% melee attack speed per mana container you have. Ooh, more attack speed I really like as well. And so, like, these are the decisions that you are going to make. And I have 1 blue die. So over here, you'll see that I can re-roll and get 4 brand new traits if I don't like any of these because I have a blue die. But I kind of like all these. Let's go Spellblade. Let's go faster attack. Yeah, now we're just like pokey. I have this camel. This is, if you see here, you have slots for your inventory. You have weapon slots, armor slots, helmet slots, blah, blah, blah. And then 8 additional slots. Once you fill those up, you cannot get more things unless you drop something else. And so the camel leash, which gives me this camel that attacks people, and a bonus to my dash, it just takes up a slot.
Okay, that seems fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Very, very fair.
Like it acts independently of you.
Yeah, it just goes. See, like, look, it just goes. You'll see that in a second. I know it's going to take you a little bit, but I could actually, like, let's just wait for the camel to finish these guys off.
Oh yeah, he was out.
Dang. He was like, don't worry, I got this, brother.
Does the camel have HP? Like, his camel die?
No, camel cannot die.
Invincible camel.
Invincible
Nice.
camel.
Wow.
Look at this. I just let the camel deal with it all. Bye. Thanks, camel.
Did we read Lampy's 100 bits over
No,
on
I was
Twitch?
going to get to, there's 2 over in Twitch I can get to.
Yeah, knock it out.
Lampy with 100 biddies on Twitch says, Jack, this was at the very beginning of the stream, says, I can't believe you missed the opportunity to make everyone's camera small for this game and be the tiny, tiny rogues yourselves.
Oh, damn it. You're right. That's very funny.
Also, Lenine5, thanks for being a part of Twitch for 9 months. It says,
Thank you.
Twitch baby, wow.
Wow.
So many wahas. Ja Ree gives 100 bits to say, you 3 are good comedy banter, only missing Marty to round out my second wind all-stars lineup.
Oh, damn.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, that's really good.
To
And
be
Sir
put
George,
in the same boat as Marty.
right?
Absolutely.
An honor and a privilege.
Well, not right now because Marty's very sick.
That's
Well,
true.
okay, let's not be in that boat.
Yeah.
Keep him
Let's
quarantined
give him
for
some
a little
space.
bit.
Put Marty in a boat that's tied to our boat, that's behind us.
You can rejoin. And Sir George Lucas says, I bought both Dragon's Dogma games on Steam. Those who played them, did you like the games? Did you have fun adventures? I love Dragon's Dogma 1. Dragon's Dogma 2 I started. I need to get back into it. It has some real choices that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. I played the demo of Dragon's Dogma 1 and just never got around to playing the game. 2, I started and it was very rough. I was like, oh no, I don't think I like this at all. But eventually got into it, started to get a feel for what the game wants you to do. But very much feel like this could have been a lot better had they just made different decisions.
Yeah.
Like what?
So yeah,
what's an
I want to go
example-
back to it.
What's an
but-
example of a bad decision though? Like, I guess.
So I've definitely got one if you got one, Casey. Or if you want me to.
Yeah, like I have a big one. Jermaine actually made a whole design delve on a lot of these bad decisions. So
he did.
if you want like a full breakdown, Jermaine covers a lot of like my particular grievances. but there's no universal dodge mechanic. There's certain characters that have the ability to dodge in the middle of combat, and then there are other characters that do not.
What? That seems
You know,
stupid.
you gotta be limber enough. Not everybody's limber enough to dodge.
You just gotta run in circles and such, I guess, in a third-person action adventure game.
The biggest one for me, well, there's two, and they're kind of connected with travel. So one is that there's like fast travel is limited, I believe, and no, like I don't have time for that. That drives me wild. But two,
was that the same in Dragon's Dogma 1 where you needed special items to fast travel?
I think so.
no, because you could use the carts, I believe.
Oh.
You can use Carson too.
Can you? I haven't found
Yeah.
any yet. And then the other one is as you progress, you like when you lose health, your maximum health only goes up so high.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, and then and it's just like you don't even have to die. Just if you lose 75% of your health, when you refill, you'll only be at like 70%, and then like 50%, and then like 40%. So like I'm going across the land to explore and to find a quest place, and then I will make it there, and I will have like 40% of my maximum health, and go, I can't go into this goblin cave now. I'll just die. And so I have to walk all the way back, which takes like 30 minutes, and that's not worth my time.
Ugh.
They make you camp a bunch.
But the campsites weigh like 80,000 pounds.
They eat up a ton of your inventory space if you're gonna carry the camping. But like,
Yeah.
you cannot really progress in that game unless you have it. So I don't know what the thinking was with that rationale.
Yeah. It feels like someone tweaked a number after playtesting, and then they were like, no, this is definitely how we intended it. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, and I only played the first Dragon's Dogma. The first, 15 hours was wonderful and beautiful, but then they kept gating off areas behind story crap that I did not care about, and so I would just stop playing. A couple months later, I'd replay that first 10 to 15 hours, have really fun exploring, fighting monsters, and then get to the same boring story bullshit and drop off again.
Yeah, the story hasn't pulled me in so far.
Yeah.
I did botch a prison break that went like wonderfully
yeah?
chaotic. They're like, oh, go talk to this dude in a jail cell or something, and I ended up killing literally everyone in the jail
Yes.
by accident. Like, it wasn't the intention.
Great.
Doom Rider with a $5 dono. Oh shiz, Tiny Rogues needs all the coverage it can get. Genuinely surprised how good of an experience it is.
Honestly, I, keeping in mind early access, so a little bit of jank here and there, and there's a lot. Like, it's got a big old learning curve because of the 80 million spreadsheets that you need to keep a track of. And it's like there's little things where it's like even with controller support, you need to fine tune the amount of like auto aiming that you use. Playing it on a Steam Deck is almost unplayable because the graphics don't scale for Steam Deck, so you literally cannot read all of the million tiny descriptions. So a bunch of caveats, 100% worth the money. I cannot tell you how much I have enjoyed playing this game.
How much is it? Is it $60?
It is.
Dang.
It is $80. No,
Oh my god.
I have no idea. I want to say I got it for 20, but I do not know. Who can tell me how much this game is?
I mean, probably me. I can look it up.
While Jesse does that, Nicholas Freeman over on YouTube with a $99.99
What?
donation.
Fucking
Says-
what?
Stay awesome, gentlemen, and then does like the Star Trek hand
Oh,
gesture
Vulcan.
emoji
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nicholas Freeman.
Nicholas Freeman, live long, prosper, all that jazz.
Definitely live long and prosper.
That's followed up by SVS Guru 2000 with a €2 donation that says, what happened to the scheduled Blop stream? Yeah, Nick and I were going to do that earlier today. Nick had something come up, so we couldn't do it. It was like an extra thing anyway, so we figured we'd just save it for some other time. I did pop into that beta to test it out. Kind of fun.
Okay.
Like that omni movement nonsense they're going on about, like the internet's like losing its mind over it. Like it's kind of fun.
It's the Omni movement.
Omni movement?
nonsense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what is Omni movement?
Apparently, you couldn't do this before, but now you can lay fully prone and then spin your aim all the way around. So your body in game will essentially turn 360 degrees regardless of the position you're in. You can do this when you're up in the air. You can do this when you're flat on the ground. You can do this while you're diving, because that's the thing you can do now. You can dive forward and then spin your aim in the air while falling. Same goes for like a slide. You do like a run and slide like you can do in most shooters.
Yeah.
You can also like kind of spin your aim all over the place and like shoot over the top of your head while sliding forward. It's real like nonsensical 80s action movie looking.
Yes.
And there are videos online of like the real sweaties like going buck wild, like spinning their mice all over the place, just looking like purely chaotic.
Yes.
And that seems problematic. I don't know if that's what the meta is going to turn into, but
Like they got to put a speed limit on your turn in game.
as a normal person who plays with a controller, like I did find that freedom of movement to be pretty fun.
Also,
sounds
Lampy
great.
with 100 bits on Twitch says, "Oh no, Marty's quote sick. He'll have nothing to do all day but play new Astrobot game." Oh no.
Yeah, you guys, I'm feeling pretty sick too. Yeah, I think I've heard really good things about the Astrobot game. I
Yeah.
don't know much about it.
I also don't know much because the original Astrobot was just the tech demo for like the PS5 and its controller, right?
Sort of. There was one before that as well, which was also sort of a tech demo for the PlayStation VR. But the thing is, they continue to be standout experiences as tech demos for these things. At least that's how people feel. Like I played the last one on PS5, not all of it because I kind of wasn't into it. Like I felt like it was kind of boring for the most part. And yeah, what I'm seeing of Astrobot, of this new Astrobot, still feels that way to me. Like it might not just be up my alley. Like I did fall off of platformers because of that sort of feeling a long time ago. So like if a platformer needs to like really push the difficulty slider up for me to stay interested, I think. Like if it's just a platformer that's like kind of, I don't know, on the soft side, on like the whimsical side, like I don't think it'll hold my interest.
No. I heard what you said. On the soft side.
Yeah, on the soft, like it's being gentle to its player base because they want to just give you, a good time as opposed to like a hard time.
Sure.
That may not be
For a
my
good
cup
time,
of tea.
not a hard time. That's the saying.
But yeah, more power to those who are into it. I would like to try it though to see if it does hit different than the last one for me. But PS5 exclusive. It's like what, $60-$70 per game.
Yeah.
I believe they're pricey. I don't know. I don't have a PS5, so
Each point of strength grants this weapon 1% critical hits. Ooh, okay, hold on. There's a lot to read. A lot of this game is just taking in information.
a Titan sickle, isn't that just a scythe for us?
No, a scythe is
if it's for
like
a
what the Grim
Titan.
Reaper uses. A sickle.
No, yes, a sickle is a small curved blade, like a single-handed, but a scythe is a two-handed curved blade. So if it's a Titan sickle,
I believe a scythe though is a curved blade but more straight, and a sickle is a rounded blade.
you're right.
I do
It does
like
have more
like
of
here.
a-
This one it says scythe, and as you can see, the blade is more straight, and this is sickle.
Sure. Yeah, sickle like a crescent moon shape.
Okay, so this is pretty good damage. They're both pretty good.
Oh, Deeb says you're a little quieter than the rest of us.
I am.
Yeah, you gotta start
Jack is?
screaming. Yeah, Jack is. I did say you're, and there are two other people
That's
in this
true.
call with me.
That's true. I'll just get way
I
closer to my
should've
microphone so you can hear me.
specified.
You can hear me like breathe.
Yeah, we want to hear those throat noises as you.
Jari says, loving this blade talk. I'm also quite fond of the blade talk. What other named blades are known to have curves, but are different curves than the sickle and the scythe?
Ooh,
Scimitar.
oh yeah, scimitar. What's the
Yes.
what's the snaky one?
Shottle.
This Shodel? Is that how you say that?
Shotel?
Yeah, it's really close to a scythe or a sickle, because it has that like handle and then a crescent moon blade.
Yeah.
Does a chakram, which is a full-on circle, count as a curved
A
blade?
chakra.
Like what
I mean, it is
Xena Warrior
bladed.
Princess used?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's that? It's like its name means flame blade or something. It's that blade that does
reflexes of a dead cat says Flamberg.
Oh,
Flamberg.
Right? Yeah, like
Flamberg.
just a real curvy
Yeah.
straight sword.
this.
Right?
Yeah.
That's an oxymoron of a name.
A real curvy straight sword. Dang, girl, you look like a real curvy straight sword. Yeah, what does that mean? I don't know.
Oh, Chris, that's a good
Chris
one.
knife.
That's like basically a dagger version of the flamberge.
Flamberge.
Sounds like food a little bit.
Oh, yeah, like I'm looking for a nice light dessert like a flamberge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, this weapon rips. This is great.
Also, Tommy Salty
Nice.
with 25 PLN over in YouTube. It says, let's all appreciate in the recent videos and pictures we got a lot of Jack's pasty legs and shorts and Sleep Token t-shirts.
I don't know why my legs are so pasty. Like I go outside every once in a while and
Yeah.
my legs do not take in sunlight is the thing. They are so damn pasty. But yeah, you're first of all, so one, you're welcome. Two, Sleep Token. Fucking still listening to him all the time. PAX was a little much, a lot of people there and a lot of like for me, I don't necessarily do well in crowds. It's a lot of it's just a lot. It's a lot of fucking people, and so like that was I would take like kind of laps around the city, just listen to some Sleep Token, reset before I headed back into the convention. Because there's a lot. There's a lot of fucking people there. It was great.
It was a lot.
What a great time. What a great and terrible time.
Yeah, I can deal with the big crowd when I have stuff to do. Like if I'm on a mission, I can like tune out the stuff around me.
Sure.
If I'm aimless in a big crowd, I'm gonna fall apart.
Exactly the same way. It's actually why I like working at cons
Yes.
often
yeah.
more than I like going to them.
Yeah, just going, would be less interesting to me, yes. Like this was
Although
my first video game con ever. Largely
wow.
because of that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole lot, and it's like it's lovely. Oh, here by the way, check this out. I just got an upgrade that sparkles when because much like Isaac, this has secret rooms, and so you can bomb them. Oh, a secret room. Ember ring. Oh, we get burn damage now. Hell yeah, we're doing great.
Ooh.
We're doing great. I don't like either. Maybe a heart container. Do I have a bomb? I have one bomb left. Okay, great.
Tamo S asking, are sleep tokens fungible?
Not often. Not often. They do their merch drops really rare. And a lot of times also their tours sell out too quickly for me to funge them. For me to funge on them. That shirt, I want to say, like, I purchased that shirt maybe in January, and it didn't show up until recently. They are real sticklers about their shit. Let's get a pair of gloves. Oh, uh-oh. See, when you guys are going to see this in a little bit, when death shows up, that means your curse level goes up.
Oh no.
So I got death in a boss fight now. Death will just show up randomly and be like, guess what? I'm in the boss fight now. Dick.
Right. Doesn't seem like you're
he's
in
getting
trouble, though.
rolled though.
Oh, yeah. I am doing pretty darn good. I have a build that is all based on attack speed. That's like the build that we are going for right now. So yeah, it's just this thing attack. Wing. And so now every single upgrade I see that increases my attack speed or benefits my attack speed is the way I'm going to go, because that's my build now. That's my engine.
Gotcha.
And I'm also upping my critical hit chance because I'm attacking so often. My critical hit chance is just going to pop off. 20% attack speed while you have Tailwind or Swiftness, and Hold on, let me look through my spreadsheets. But did one of my things give me Tailwind? No, that was a thing I could have taken, but I did not. Oh, I took a thing of Rage. Man, that might have been a mistake. Okay,
you can swap that out when you want to, or do you have to fill up your stuff first before you can get rid of stuff?
There are few items where you can swap out those kind of powers. So I don't have Tailwind. Grants attack speed equal to your critical hit chance. So just okay, here we go. So plus 12 attack speed. Oh, this is great.
Or are you just trying to turn yourself into a lawnmower?
That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay.
I'm just trying to hit them as much as possible because in the later levels the enemies attack with a ridiculous amount of attack, so it's all about murdering them before they murder you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're doing fucking great. We're doing fucking great.
It's nice to know that the enemies also get stupidly overpowered.
Yes, they truly do. I have a key, so I'm gonna get some more dice because. And I don't utilize the dice as much as I should.
You say that about most of the population.
Utilize your dice, people. Oh, good. Got some more dice.
Incarnadine gifted Terahertz a gift sub.
Hey.
Thanks so much.
Hey, thanks, Incarnadine.
Zonlord with an earlier highlight message says the Chris is another wavy snake-like blade, like the Flamberg, but much smaller. Lampy with 100 bits says stupid sexy Flamberg. It took Jack a while to get
Very
that
nice.
one.
Yeah, it did take me a little bit.
And then Zonlord with a highlight message says, Jack, I'm now going to be sad if you don't sneak a Flamberg flambe pun into Adventures Nigh at some point.
Ooh.
I mean, a flamberge on fire is a flamberge flambe.
Ooh, okay, and
I'm writing
then
that down. Oh, also, by the way, Incarnadine, thank you for your help. Incarnadine at PAX helped me navigate to get my DreadX VHS pin.
Oh, nice.
So I appreciate your help, and of course, offering me. There was there was a booth that wasn't inhabited by anyone, and so but a bunch of PAX enforcers were there. So I just kind of stayed over there for a little bit to get away from the crowds. So thank you for that.
They also, someone brought it up too, that they often have chill out rooms at PAX because of the crowds. And yeah, they had like the chill gaming room that had like some extra like sound dampening and had like Power Wash Simulator and like a Kirby game, like Kirby's Epic Yarn, like a few other like cozy games.
I had no idea.
Kind of around, yeah.
It's what was the estimate that I read was around 120,000 attendees. That's
wow.
so many.
So many people.
That's just so many attendees. What are you gonna do?
A lot. Be one of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing where it's like the unbridled joy of PAX is just like being surrounded by all of these people. This is how you upgrade your weapons. It does cost a little bit, but I feel like this weapon is doing pretty darn good, so I want to upgrade it.
Seems worth it.
Also, there are things that give you armor stats, and so if you come here, you can repair your armor, which basically it gets you another hit.
Nice.
So yeah, we're gonna be melting. Oh god, we're just melting. This is great. Great. So yeah,
George
like that's
Lucas.
like the joy and terror of PAX. So many people, but so much joy.
Yeah, George Lucas agreeing says, I hate crowds and travel, but I'm a big fan of the Mighty Space Needle. It's my Dark Tower. How is Seattle?
Wonderful and terrible.
Seattle's pretty nice. The weather was great for the most part. It got a little rainy / chilly on the last day. Mostly chilly, not that rainy. Surprised that Seattle had a lot of good food.
Surprised?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
a
know,
major
like
metropolitan city. Why are you surprised?
because a lot of them, I don't know, I just never heard anything going into Seattle about his food. Like, because usually my fiance would be like, "Oh, you're going here?
Yeah.
Here's what you need to know about the food," because she's like obsessed with food and stuff. She had no information about Seattle other than that fish market or pier place. What was it called?
Yeah.
It's called
The
marketplace
fish
or
market, yeah.
fish market. Okay. But yeah, like pretty much everywhere we ate was pretty good.
It is a major metropolitan city well known for its like liberal fucks. Like good food's gonna be there. Like picky liberal hipsters will have the best food.
Yeah, but like it'll be like gluten free or or just like yogurt.
Yeah, first of all, I like yogurt. I thought you were gonna say frozen yogurt. Ew.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with yogurt, but like it's yogurt. You can get that anywhere.
Ugh. Don't like
What's the most liberal food?
What's the most liberal food? You're right. It's gluten free. Bullshit. Damn it.
I think it's gluten-free vegan yogurt. I think would be
gluten free vegan frozen yogurt.
With granola.
It's like, did anyone watch The Good Place and all of the stuff that was in The Good Place? It's all that stuff.
I'm just gonna say it's buffalo wings, just because I love buffalo wings, and I just want those to always be the food of choice. So.
Stamina surge. What is
also
that?
good to be honest? Like buffalo cauliflower, like they'll deep fry cauliflower like you would with buffalo wings, and like season it and everything. I have had some stupendous ones, like I love wings, and it's not like, oh, this is a replacement for wings. It's just like, this is delicious, and I also want to eat it.
You just eat them together, yeah. You get your chicken and your vegetable.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's one of my biggest hangups about like either the vegetarian diet or the vegan diet, is that a lot of that stuff is parading as replacements for the other stuff. And it's always disappointing when they're framed against each other that way. Like if it was just, hey, this is a good vegan meal, I'd be more willing to like try it and judge it on its own merits.
Absolutely.
Yes, but when they say this tastes just like a hamburger, you just go bullshit. Stop being a bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It never does.
It never does.
Stop being a bullshit.
Stop being a bullshit.
Yeah.
Just say like, here's an alternative to a hamburger. It does not taste like a hamburger. It has its own flavors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a black
I could
bean
get down
burger.
with that.
I fucking love a black bean burger.
Yeah. It tastes nothing like a hamburger, but they're delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with delicious. I can deal with delicious. What I can't deal with are lies.
That's true.
Don't lie to me.
Just don't lie to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you set your expectations to a thing, and it's like, well, I'm not going to hit that. Like, don't do that. Just it's good cooking, not replacement food. Like,
do your own thing.
Mr. Splicer subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much. Zonlord with another highlighted message. Chill out rooms should just be called introvert rooms. We all know who primarily uses them.
Yeah, I'm an introvert. Like, fuck yeah. The best way I've heard it described is introvert, extrovert is where you get your energy from. Do you get your energy from being by yourself or in a very small group, or do you get your energy from being in very large groups? And some people love being in large groups and being part of that crowd. Those are extroverts. I perform a lot, which is very different than being in a crowd. Being in front of a crowd, very different than being in a crowd. But I consider myself an introvert because I get my energy from downtime.
Yeah, that's the solitude. Yeah. I think I agree with that. I align with those values.
Great.
Lampy with 100 bits. Casey was just generally surprised that there was good food. That's what happens when you live near New Jersey / New York.
Oh, snap.
Yay.
Funny, slightly related story. There's a I don't want to call it a Cold War because it's about hot food, but there's a slight war brewing in the tri-state area over who has the best pizza.
Oh.
Because Connecticut's governor went on some real wild nonsense and put up signs leading into the state that says the pizza capital of the world. And like,
wow,
the rest of us are sitting here like, since fucking when? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And then our governor released a Twitter video right after that, basically like debunking that, saying like that's BS, while eating a slice of pizza backwards for some reason. Oh no, I'm sorry, no, that was the former New York mayor Bill de Blasio who put a bunch of coconut on pizza and ate that the wrong way. I don't know what statement he was trying to make with that video because he didn't say anything. He just did a weird thing with pizza.
There are some people who prefer eating it crust first because then you're kind of starting with the less desirable part. That's a normal thing.
I mean, sure, but he sprinkled coconut flakes on top of it before he did that, and I
Okay.
don't understand.
I was ready to be on this side, but
I don't get it. But then Phil Murphy basically said like Connecticut is wild and New Jersey's the pizza capital of the world. And you know what? I support that. I support this food beef. Counterpoint music, rat beef, but about pizza. Someone call Kendrick.
Damn. He's too busy. He's too busy wiping Drake off of his boots. Said it. Do I have a?
I know no one else has really been following the aftermath of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Drake has been kind of floundering a little bit since, like releasing tracks here or there, stuff that has not been hitting very well. A couple singles that were probably in production beforehand have come out, but people have kind of ignored. And then he dropped this sort of EP called 100 Gigs. There's like a bunch of unreleased tracks dating as far back as like stuff on like Take Care, I think even.
Okay.
Which apparently has some like good stuff on it. And he's like hinting on his social media that like he's preparing for a round 2, but everyone is kind of like, dude, just let it die. Like you just accept the loss. Like do anything else other than go back at this man.
I have not been following it, but from the general like cultural zeitgeist, it just sounds like someone who got hit by a car and then stood back up and is like, "Come on,
Right.
round 2, let's go, semi truck." Like that.
That's exactly what it is.
Basically, yeah. Like there was a little bit of like Drake won, quote unquote, but it was such a vocal minority that it was swept under.
Yeah, like those folks were delusional.
Oh,
like, like they were absolutely just talking out of their asses. The culture is spoken. Kendrick is the victor.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people like Kendrick kind of dog walked Drake in this beef, absolutely 100%. But Drake is still stupid popular. Like he's still one of the most famous artists on the planet. Yeah. No one is essentially saying that Drake's career is over. They're just saying you lost this pivotal battle and you basically need to go back and regroup.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, just give it time, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like it's okay for you to sit back
lay
and
low
watch
with your billions of dollars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that ego, like he can't sit still while the streets are essentially calling him what they're calling him, and for good reason.
And for good reason, right? I remember way back in the day, like him being very vocal when Millie Bobby Brown turned 18 or whatever, and like being friends with her. And I just remember like, let's just put a pin in that. Let's just remember that. Where it's like,
it was always weird. It was always weird.
It was always weird. He was also a child star.
Mm-hmm.
And so like part of it, like, who is it? Patton Oswalt's new wife was a child star and now like kind of works as a representative, making sure that child stars aren't exploited. And so like there is a little bit of like, oh, maybe he is just looking out for a younger generation. Millie Bobby Brown shot to superstardom. But then you hear all the other stuff.
Yeah, there's other stuff outside that context, and then there's also the context of why Millie Bobby Brown. Like on that cast are a lot of other kids, including one kid in particular who probably could have related to you a lot more than this young British girl.
Right.
So it's an odd choice.
Yes.
Over on Twitch, a few things that came in. Sir George Lucas says PAX is one of those events. Thanks for the biddies for saying this. PAX is one of those events where dress up in fun costumes like wizards. Tell me about all the costumes you have worn at Comic-Cons and Halloweens. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about costumes? We're getting George Lucas giving bits to tell us to talk about costumes.
I'm not going to stop you. Yeah, you go right ahead.
Oh my
I'm sure you guys have done this way more than I have.
I mean, okay, standouts off top. I've done Testament from Guilty Gear. That was like my first big cosplay. I did Gao from Final Fantasy VI, which was a really fun one. Pretty simple, but really fun. My partner and I did Luigi and Waluigi. There's a dumb
Yeah,
meme.
I've seen pictures of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it's a dumb meme from Smash where it's just every character but with Bayonetta's legs. So we did. I was Luigi and she was Waluigi, and we had the top half of that character, and then the bottom half we had was Bayonetta, and we made those costumes, and it was glorious. And I've made a Grinderbin costume, which I feel like is very important.
Have we seen that? Are there pictures of that?
There should be. I think
Yeah,
I
we've
posted
seen
some
that.
in the Discord.
We have seen that. Okay.
I'm gonna wear it again to the fair this year. So
We've
Nice.
seen that. I say not 100% sure, but I want to say I've seen it. And I don't know, actually, now that I think about it, because there was another person who made a Grinderbin cosplay as well, right? So I
Yeah,
might be
I
thinking
remember
of
that.
the other person's Grinderbin cosplay.
Yeah, that's the one that comes to mind when you say that. So I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
100% sure that I've seen Jesse's Grinderbin costume.
apparently, I need to share it. I'll put it up when I wear it.
Yeah, I didn't really get into Halloween / cosplay until my son was born. And it kind of unlocked something in me and was like, all right, I'm going to put a lot of effort into this costume business because I just had a really good idea. And so the first one I did where I legit built props and stuff was Adult Link and Child Link from A Link to the Past.
Yes.
Where my son was Child Link and I was Adult Link. And so I got some of the pieces online, but then I made his Deku shield, I made his sword, Kokiri sword. Yeah, and we took a bunch of pictures at the mall. That was a fun time. We then did me and my fiance for Halloween. We dressed as the two main characters in Lovecraft Country.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah.
And that was just fun.
Yeah.
We also did Street Fighter. I was Ryu, she was Chun-Li.
I saw that picture. That's great.
Yeah, that wasn't too long ago. And then some of you guys might see if you follow my Twitter, I have pinned, I did a Haikyuu cosplay, which was for Halloween, but we just took a ton of pictures as if we were cosplayers. Me and my son were the two main characters from that show, Tobio and Hinata. And those pictures are fantastic, so go check them out if you haven't already.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, I've done. We did back in the day. We did some family Halloweens. There's a really great one. Of Pokemon characters is myself. I was James and Jesse from Team Rocket were us. The oldest child was Ash. The youngest child was Pikachu. And that was we did such a good job on our costumes. We actually had people while we were out trick or treating stop to take pictures with us. Where it's oh, I get cosplay now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Really happy with that one. We did a Mario. We did a Toadstool Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach thing. Oh yeah, we've done a lot. What do I want?
It is fun. Lampy just reminded me. Yeah, me and my fiance and son took wedding photos as Yoshi, Waluigi, and Wario.
What?
Yeah, that was one of the first goals that they unlocked for our wedding streams. I can't remember where the link is actually, but yeah, those are up on an Imager somewhere.
Oh, that's really funny. 10% critical hit chance.
Ask us tonight. I'll look for it and reshare it so you guys can find them if you haven't seen them already.
What does power do?
Bendis says Jesse and James are two people with second wind, right? Well, yes. There's
Yeah,
Jermaine,
actually.
who's James, and then there's me, Jesse. There's Jesse Schwab, and then there's Jess Hoops, who's around a lot.
Who's a Jess in general?
Who's a Jess? So part of the Jess Legion. But Jermaine and I do have a verbal agreement that the first time we meet, we have to do Jesse James cosplay.
Wow.
So whenever that happens, looking forward to it.
What does power mean?
Do you want me to go to dictionary.com?
Where's our friend who Lume? Lume seems to know this game. What does power mean? Because like like I said, a million stats here. Some are easy, where it's like attacks per second. Oh, that's an easy one to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Power in general as a concept. What does that mean? Does that mean I do more damage? I don't know. Where do I find that information?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could mean that it increases your capacity to do magic, maybe. It could mean it increases your ability to carry things, like maybe your weight limit.
Hold shift while looking. Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, if you use a controller, you hit right on the D-pad. Your power is 10, which adds 10%. Oh, okay. So, more. Okay. So then I think we do want the power belt.
So it's damage and area radius?
And radius, because there are certain things that will be like auras or like things that spin around you.
Oh, okay.
And so here, I just now do more damage with a power belt. Thank you, Lame.
Cool. Jari also saying 100 biddies with the toasty cinnamon buns emoji and says, speaking of performing, Jack, is Toasty your clown voice?
Toasty is not my clown voice. That is terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. Toasty is a voice that I do every once in a while performing if I need something big and ridiculous. Because at the end of the day, it's just Snagglepuss, right? It's just, or like,
right, yeah.
What's his name? Paul Lind? Not Paul Lind. Oh, the guy who did the Mad Hatter in the Alice in Wonderland cartoon is, it's like Lind or Wind or something. Someone's gonna.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It was actually a very early Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Mm-hmm. That's how he got his start.
I'm not gonna throw away my shot.
Yes.
Oh God.
That was stupid.
I am here for this recasting.
Okay, hold on for a second. We have to do some very important work right now.
Is it game related or are you tabbing out?
I'm tabbing out for a second.
Oh, okay.
We have to do something very.
Oh no! Are you looking up lyrics?
I'm looking up lyrics. Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, did we get Teal Avenger? I don't think we got Teal Avenger super chat.
No, I do not think we did.
The Teal Avenger with $1.99 says the saber and cutlass are both curved blades. That's true. We forgot.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There you go.
A katana as well.
And a wakizashi.
Yeah. I think there are many a curved blade that aren't fully
slight curve. Yeah.
All right, everyone, turn your headphones down. After the war, I went back to New York. After the war, I went back to New York. I finished up my studies and I practiced law. Burr worked next door. Even though we started at the very same time, Alexander Hamilton began to climb.
That is awful. Like I think I'd get up and walk out if that was happening on stage in front of me.
Well, but what if the voice was coming from a tiny gingerbread man on stage?
Even more so. That part would be horrifying.
Wait, what's the name? What's the song in Hamilton where he's talking about fucking that lady? What's the song in Hamilton where he's talking about?
I didn't know that was a song in Hamilton.
Oh my God!
No. Yeah, I know the song you're talking about, but crap. Yeah, what is the name of it?
Please, sir, I'm down on my knees, sir. What the hell is that song called? I'm
gonna type in the song about fucking that lady in
Hamilton
because the reason why Hamilton the big controversy with Hamilton was he like paid this lady whom he was fucking a bunch of money. And people thought he was embezzling money from the early government when in actuality, he just paid this lady his own money whom he was fucking.
Helpless and Satisfied?
Ooh, there you go. Satisfied. I think that's
Satisfied.
Satisfied lyrics. Because obviously, like if we're going to, because if you're going to, maybe not satisfied. Oh my God. No, Satisfied is what the sister sings. Let's see here. Oh God, this is too much.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's hard. There's too many songs in Hamilton. Hold on.
I think the whole thing is songs.
What?
There's so many.
It's not an opera.
I guess there are moments of speaking lines. That's true.
Say no to this. Okay, it is say no to this. How can you say no to this? Say no to this.
Nilo just put that in chat too.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Thanks,
thank
Nilo.
you.
Let's see here.
Nilo Cortex? Probably Nilo.
All right, everybody. So I offered her a loan. I offered to walk her home. She said, "You're too kind, sir." I gave her $30 that I had socked away. She lived a block away. She said, "This one's mine, sir." Then I said, "Well, I should head back home." She turned red and she led me to her bed. Then she spread her legs. Ooh! She said, "Stay. Hey," and that's when I began to pray. Ooh!
Pure nightmare fuel. Because I am imagining Toasty talking to this woman.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely Toasty Cinnamon Buns doing the talking. Here.
Of course.
Oh God.
All right, apologies for that diversion, but I think hearing Toasty sing a super horny song justifying why they fucked some other lady was very important.
Truly integral to the stream.
Truly integral to the stream. I mean, listen, I love Hamilton. I think Hamilton's a fantastic musical.
Fun time.
I still have listened to Slamilton far more times, which is
what is Slamilton?
It's the mashup of Hamilton and Space Jam.
Oh shit!
What? And
that
the way,
sounds dope as hell.
Oh, it is way better than it has any right to be. It's only like an hour long too, but it basically runs you through the plot of Space Jam using a mashup of Hamilton songs and like Space Jam bullshit. It is 10 out of 10. Listen to it. It's worth it. It is worth your time.
I fully believe that because I am also a big fan of Hamilton. I think it has a great soundtrack. But Space Jam actually has one of the best movie soundtracks like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like unironically,
absolutely.
It has a fucking phenomenal soundtrack.
Absolutely. Phenomenal soundtrack. And so but they not only mash up the songs, they mash up like the dialogue in Space Jam with songs from Hamilton, and it just fucking works way better than you think it has any right to. It's beautiful.
Wow.
So now you all know about Slamilton.
Yeah, let me write that down over here as a note.
Counterpoint that says Space Jamilton. I'm in.
Space Jamilton. That's great. Anyway, where the hell were we? What is happening? What is happening in life?
You got a camel and you got a Tinkerbell.
I got a camel
yeah,
and a Tinkerbell.
I don't know who this Tinkerbell is. What's she doing?
Tinkerbell. She's tinking it.
Oh, tinking.
Enemies are getting a little crazier. I switched my weapon. That's why I was doing shit damage.
Yeah, this is really bullet helly.
Yes, it's getting
really coming into it.
Okay, so these are my special gloves, which grants me a companion, which also makes me move faster, which is great.
Oh,
here we go.
That is great.
Golden chest. Yeah, we want a golden chest. Yeah, so as you can see, like every room now, as we get deeper and deeper, just gets significantly more ridiculous. Which makes all of our, all that work we've been doing to bolster all of our... Got hit.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. It's all right. It's gonna start happening now, where it's like I have been my equipment. I've been going towards kind of attack speed and damage, just to kill them faster than they can kill me. But that means I've taken off any armor pieces, so I only have 3 hits, and I'm already down 1, motherfucker. I have no dice left. Used all my dice.
a hot minute ago before all the toasty cinnamon buns singing happened. Snake in the Garden with €2. Those could be used in all sorts of places in Europe. Says dream casting for live adventure is nigh, or live action adventure is nigh. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, I think this has come up at some point before.
Yeah, I think when we were dicking around waiting on something when we were shooting season 4, and the only one I remember was Yahtzee saying Matt Berry for Mortimer, or Mortimer's voice, and like very, very on board for that idea.
Yes, Matt Berry as a Mortimer, voice or actual actor, is great casting.
Yeah,
probably too old for how old Mortimer is.
Probably.
But really, really, if we were going that route. Very, very fun.
I don't think I have an answer. And I want one. I want to have an answer.
Clearly yours would be what's his name? Why am I blanking on his name?
Right.
Smeagol.
We made a discovery.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, Lume just put Andy Serkis in chat.
Actually, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that would be great. Andy Serkis, first of all, fantastic actor. Like both but in and out of motion capture.
But we discovered who would do the voice for Grinderbin at PAX.
Okay, I disagree that they sound alike all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree.
Would you like to share with everyone our discovery?
I do agree that Grinderbin and Owen Wilson do say wow in a very similar manner.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But I feel like the rest of the voice doesn't land as much.
Ka-chow.
We got weirdly obsessed with cars over the PAX weekend. There was there was a marathon on TV. Jesse Schwab and I were sharing a hotel room, and just got sucked in to cars 1, 2, and 3. And Jesse, not this Jesse, but Jesse Schwab was the one who was like, "Man, I just keep like does Lightning McQueen sound like Jesse to you?" And I was like, now that you mention it, like, yeah, I think they have a similar accent, like just like that southern drawl.
Yeah,
I think it might come from the same place. I think that's what you're hearing. And he was like, I can't unhear Grinderbin as Lightning McQueen now.
Yeah, that's very fair. I am saving my infusions because I know that harder enemies are coming up, and I know I should not waste them, but that's why Lume is asking. So, like, there are things there are kind of temporary boosts, like potions. Here I have a beer, which will do extra damage. I have infusions that will like stack onto my damage on my weapon, but they only last for X amount of rooms. And so I'm trying to hold on to them because I know that things are going to get real fucky real fast.
But they take up a slot, don't they?
They do. And so far I haven't had a need for an additional slot. So they're going to just sit there.
Oh, okay.
I have forgotten about them. I have forgotten about them in the past. So
that's fair.
All right. I see quadruple tuning said KC's is obviously Anthony Mackie. Don't put that evil on me.
No.
I like Jaden Smith for that role.
Ooh.
I think he's slept on as an actor. He's actually fairly entertaining to watch. Has anyone seen the anime series Neo Yokio?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. It's essentially like a parody of a slice of life anime series that if you take it at face value, it is very bad.
Okay. What a pitch so far.
If you look at it, which is what I feel like it was intended to be, which is like a parody of like anime like it, where like it's got a star-studded cast of voice actors, and it's essentially about like a bunch of like very rich school children in like a futuristic Tokyo competing to be the most eligible bachelor, like to be the highest on a list of eligible bachelors. So it's like this sort of weird high society melodrama, but set in like a futuristic anime thing where like the main character has a Gundam as a butler, voiced by Jude Law.
All right.
Like it is insane in terms of just it's playing it straight how insane everything is talking about is. Like it's incredibly funny.
That actually sounds
Yeah, Max Effect says Jude Law, Susan Sarandon are in it, I think. It's so good. Yes, I love it. It's so good.
That's wild. Also, I find it wild when you get a voice acting role for a person who I'm like, oh, Jude Law's a voice. I couldn't tell you what Jude Law sounds like other than human. Like I don't recognize his voice.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's kind of like basic British, right?
Is he British? I don't even remember if I know what his real voice sounds like.
I'm pretty sure Jude Law is British.
Yeah, Jude Law is British.
Okay.
That is correct. Jude Law is British. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say Jude Law does not have a recognizable voice. If you heard it, like, you know, the incredibly smooth British tones, like, you would probably know it's him. He's just, you know, like, Jude Law is what Mortimer is who Yahtzee wants to play Mortimer, even though it's actually Matt Berry. Like,
right? Yeah. Right. Exactly. So imagine that smooth, sophisticated, handsome British gentleman is just the voice of a robot-y Gundam.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's just really stupid.
That's fair. I think, like, you know what, the obvious answer, which I hate because it's so obvious as far as who's going to play Sigmar, is someone who can handle both dramatic but also goofy stuff. And so we know who the obvious answer is. It's Donald Glover. Because, like,
he's too old now. Well, that's the thing.
Everybody's too old, right?
No, like Jaden Smith's like 26.
Really? First of all,
he's a child.
I'm that old.
I thought he was older. I'll be honest.
Yeah. But, like, you know, you need that kind of actor who is able to, like, take themselves very seriously, but also fall on their face, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, double scythe.
Ooh.
The Reaper's Toll.
It's a good name.
Right?
I love good names for weapons. Like, just a real iconic thing. Like the Reaper's Toll. What's the, like... Oh, was it in Game of Thrones Oathbreaker or something?
Oh, yeah.
Like, just... Ooh,
was it Oathkeeper?
Oath something. Oath something.
Oath something.
Honey bunches of oaths.
Oaths and honey.
Right. I didn't pay attention. I didn't pay that close of attention to Game of Thrones.
That's honestly, after seeing how it ended, you don't actually have to pay attention to it. It's not good. It retroactively makes itself bad.
There was some.
I don't think it does. I don't think it retroactively makes itself bad.
I think it does.
It just disappoints heavily at the end.
But the rest of the series is building up so hard to an end, and then it does not deliver on it. It makes the entire series just a bunch of questions that never get answered.
It does taint it. I'll agree with that. Like it makes it bittersweet because you know how it ends. But like I don't think. I still think all that stuff is entertaining. You just know it ends poorly.
Yes.
Like because it was really good. Like Game of Thrones was really good until the end.
Oh, Deebs, is Oathkeeper also a Keyblade?
I believe that.
Anytime someone says anything about Kingdom Hearts, it's like, well, I have to believe it. Like,
yeah, like I refuse to deep dive any further than that. That's why.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and because there are things that I know are true, where it's like, oh, the Japanese cell phone game, rhythm game that never left Japan has critical lore information in it.
What?
Like, that's just, I think, hard truth about Kingdom Hearts, and we all have to accept this.
Maybe that should have got an episode in that new Amazon show, Secret Level. just to help us make some sense of things.
I feel like anything that would help make sense of it would be just the length of an entire year of a human's life. Like there's no way to make an episode that could condense any of that lore to be helpful.
That's
entertaining, sure, but I'm not thinking helpful.
That is fair. Dee's trying to educate us. It's from the first game. Kairi gives Sora a Paopu fruit charm, and it turns the Keyblade into Oathkeeper.
No.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Is like you just have to be like, okay, like
a Paopu fruit. You say, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, what are you gonna fact check every single noun of this sentence to make sure it's true? No, you're just gonna have to take it as face value.
Touche.
Let's catch up on a couple
Dee's
super
also said
chats.
everything Jesse just said was true. Thank you. Deeves loves Kingdom Hearts, so now I know it's extra true.
Tommy Salty with a 10 Polish zloty, I believe. I think Toasty would be a hit with the ladies, as Jack just proved. Yes, absolutely. SVS Guru 2000 with a €2 dono says, what about Taika Waititi from Mortimer? I can see.
I'm pro Taika
I can see
Waititi
it.
for anybody's role.
Yeah,
honestly.
I can see it.
He's
Taika.
He is old still.
yeah.
He is, yeah, that's okay.
and this is the problem is like, we're older, and so we only know older
Yeah, we're all
actors.
naming older actors.
There is a lack of younger, well-known actors in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had some good
Yeah.
ideas. I want to say there was a time we had some good ideas for Dabarella's character.
I know Amy did pitch some good ones.
Because there are a slew of very good kind of like, larger, muscly lady actors. Oh, like the one from Love Lies Bleeding. Did you guys see Love Lies Bleeding?
Oh.
Oh, fucking! If you want a bad time, and I say that like sometimes you want to watch a movie knowing you're gonna have a bad time.
Yes.
Sure.
It's the same director that made Saint Maud, which, if for anyone who saw Saint Maud, oh, you're in for a bad time. Fucking great movie. But it's Kristen Stewart and this other actress who, larger, muscly actress. But I can't remember names or things.
Yeah.
I'll look it up because I love a bad time. Like I love going into a movie. No, I'm just gonna hurt after.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That does not sound healthy.
Also,
It's art.
Kristen
baby.
Stewart, fantastic actor.
Oh, Kristen Stewart.
Like,
yeah.
I was blown away after watching things that weren't Twilight. She was in it, being like, "Oh, her and Pat, what's his name?
Pattinson.
Patrick
Robert
Stewart.
Pattinson. But both her and Robert Pattinson, as it turns out, phenomenally complex actors. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to give them a chance
Yeah.
to show you.
Like,
You don't get that all the time in Hollywood.
Elijah Wood, Daniel Radcliffe have all like taken
my
their
gosh.
childhood, like fame and wealth and done like the strangest things with them. Great, fucking great.
Daniel Radcliffe, so great. You're looking at Katie O'Brien,
Katie O'Brien.
and she got muscles.
Oh, she got muscles, y'all.
She got muscles.
What's my tipsiness at?
You have a
Guess
Katie
that's
O'Brien?
a prerequisite.
That is, you better bulk up.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. We are turning this into a relatively good run. I did not.
Yeah,
think I was gonna
you.
do
This is still your first
crushing
life.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are doing pretty good here. I have this other weapon which I want to try out. 2000. Oh yeah, it does more base. We have a
Ooh, I like the look of that.
yeah, really neat, but it's all close. So I got to get real close to
Oh
motherfuckers.
no.
I mean, your camel can deal with the far threats. You just worry about what comes to you.
You're right. All right, let's give this a try. Go, camel, go! Oh, nope, taking more damage already.
Yeah, I feel like in these later levels, distance might be your absolute best friend.
Absolutely. I mean, it's doing a good job of melting.
Paul with the $2 dono, no message,
Hi,
but thank
Paul.
you. And then James Morgan with the $1.99 message says Sora is actually Azor High.
I don't know what that means.
That's a Game of Thrones reference. That was like the prophecy, the prince who was promised. That was Azora High.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means?
I totally.
Everyone was like all obsessed with the prince who was promised. The red lady was like, "Oh, we gotta find the prince who was promised. Is gonna end the long night." And she thought it was the Baratheon guy, and then she was like convinced it was Jon Snow, especially after he came back from the dead. And then it turned out it was Arya Stark because I don't know.
But that was that actually the prince that was promised, though? Or was
that's the
that
thing. Like no one, like the
killed?
prophecy was like flimsy, whimsy, and like it. No one knew if it was like real or not, and like a bunch of stuff made you believe, oh, it must be real, and then it kind of shit the bed in the end because like the stuff you thought didn't happen, and so like it was always this sort of nebulous thing, even all the way to the end, which I thought was okay because like prophecies are dumb.
They are pretty dumb.
Because prophecies are dumb. That's very true. We did it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what that was. Paul asking, maybe this was the message Paul was trying to get. So if Jesse sounds like Owen Wilson and Nick sounds like Seth Rogen, who does KC sound like?
Just KC.
I've never heard someone else's voice and gone, is that KC? Like it's
right.
Yeah, never happened.
So someone has told me, because I do have a slight lisp. Someone told me that I sound like if anyone ever watched like they used to be called the Bodega Boys, but then they had a talk show called Desus and Mero, like two New York guys, like a podcast, like they really funny. I was told that I sound like Desus. But that's the only time someone was like, "Oh, you sound like this person."
That sounds like a setup for a D's Nuts joke. It's all
it does.
Yes.
It absolutely does. Tommy Salty says Casey sounds like every British person. He's right. Yeah. He's right, you know.
It's because your British accent's way too good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Too strong.
Too strong.
I think there is several things on Twitch. I'm gonna try and scroll up and get them all. If I can find them all. Casey. Well, sorry, Lampy with 100 bits says Casey just wants a giant Toblerone. I don't know what that context is.
That was a Neo Yokio reference.
Oh, okay.
Please watch if you have the opportunity. I believe it was on Netflix. I don't know if it got pulled or something, but I think it was a Netflix original, so it should still be there. Watch Neo Yokio, please. More people should watch it.
Yeah.
I may give it a shot. I really don't like upper crust stories, but I also
it is making fun of that nonsense.
Yeah, but that's usually not enough for me. Like I still have to be like, oh right, but it's making fun of it, but it's still like engaging with it,
right?
In a way that I'm generally not okay with.
Like your main character is still that, and you don't like that,
right? I also love Downton Abbey, so
oh my god, Downton Abbey is so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Have you started
No.
Golden Age? No. Okay. Is
it worth it?
Yes, it is as good, if not better, than Downton Abbey.
All right.
Because it's that, but like pushed forward in time a little bit, and in America.
All right, I might watch it. Sir George Lucas says, please talk about how great Moulin Rouge is. If you won't talk about other favorite musicals, what do you got? And 100 bits for that. What are your favorite musicals?
Moulin Rouge is good. So I agree. Moulin Rouge is a good musical.
Yeah, Moulin Rouge is fine. Like, I guess, and this is pure naivety. Does it exist outside of the movie? Outside of the Baz Luhrmann movie?
What, Moulin Rouge?
Yeah.
Like, is there like a stage musical for it?
Like, because the movie is great, but I think that's more Baz than the musical. I like him as a filmmaker. And so, like, I don't want to, like, shit, you know, where it's like, oh, I saw the Wicked movie. What? It's a musical? You know, like, or it's a stage production? Right? And so, like, I like the movie.
Yeah, most musicals I've seen are the movie versions.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, when I think musical, I do think of, like, a movie rather than a stage production.
Yeah.
But I usually assume that if it makes a good movie, then it was a good stage production. That I don't assume that there's, like, a big difference.
Correct.
But I could be wrong.
I'm with you. there is something different. Like they're like, you know, I think we were all incredibly fortunate when what was it? Was it Disney that got like the Hamilton recording and like peak pandemic was like, guess what, y'all fuckers can watch this now. It's like, yes.
Right. Yes. Because I was never gonna see that on stage.
Of course not. Like I don't have $800 to spend.
Right. The fucking insanely expensive tickets.
And so, but like there is a magic of that stage performance, even a film stage performance. There is 100% magic there. I don't like any of these rooms. These rooms are stupid.
Can you re-roll them?
I don't have the die to re-roll.
Oh, dang.
Lack of dice.
Still talking about musicals, Evan. You gotta mention more, but also Tommy with 10 PLN to chime in with the musicals and says Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, best musical series ever.
Oh, yes.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
I've never seen that. I've wanted to.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but yeah, it's really good.
Very, very fun. I remember. Okay, this is Jack's way back machine.
Ooh.
What's her name? Rachel
Bloom?
Rachel Bloom?
Blum? Bloom? Hang on, let me look it up.
Bloom or Blum? Back when I was working at Funny or Die, she uploaded a video called "Pictures of Your Dick on the Internet." And it was, and it remains to be one of the funniest goddamn things in the world. It is this like so slow, somber breakup songs about like missing your boyfriend. Like, we just broke up and I miss you so bad. And so the only way I can deal with it is by posting pictures of your dick on the internet. And it like, I saw that video and it was like, this lady is a star. Period. I sent it all around the office, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we know this lady. She performs all." I was like, "Well, fucking do something with her. She's brilliant." So if you can find pictures of your dick on the internet, it is
What a
brilliant.
sentence.
It is a brilliant song.
It is indeed Bloom. I was double checking you, Tommy. Tommy did put Bloom,
Oh, great.
but I wanted to double check that. But yes, it's Rachel.
Trust but verify.
Yeah, she's solid. She's good.
She's solid.
This probably isn't my favorite, but I'm blanking on musicals. But I think Jack is the only other person who's seen this movie. Is Anna and the Apocalypse, which is a
I've not seen
musical,
this.
a Christmas horror zombie apocalypse.
Fucking what?
Jack, you haven't. Jack,
This sounds
we've
like too many
we've
things.
talked about this. Anna and the Apocalypse.
I
It's
do
a
not believe
musical zombie movie set during Christmas. Who was I talking to about this? I thought it was you.
It was not me. I just wrote it down.
Oh my gosh.
Stratosphere. This game is a twin stick shooter. There is a small. You can tune the level of auto aim, which I have tuned very slightly, just because it's a game that's not necessarily designed for a control pad. But you can go full regular aim, but you can also fine tune the auto aim. You did not. This is not something you talked to me about. Is all I would say.
Who was I talking to? I've talked on stream to someone about it, and we were both very excited. I don't know who it was now.
Yeah, I've also not heard of whatever this is.
Was it Amy? Maybe it was Amy. I think it is Australian.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And it's a musical. I don't know. It's a super fun. It's very much like an indie movie.
What?
Like low
I am
budget.
shocked.
That you haven't seen it?
I'm shocked
That
that,
is
it's
an
an
indie
indie
movie.
movie.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, with a premise like that. But I love like holiday horror, especially Christmas horror, is like one of those genres where that's probably all I need to watch it.
Sure.
And like if it's not good, I'll leave. Like no problem. But like I love comedy horror is one of my favorites, but like a holiday, like a Christmas.
Oh yeah, good holiday horror, really fun. I think like that's one of the reasons why I was so like disappointed with Krampus. Was it just didn't bring that horror element that I was looking for.
It wasn't as good as I was hoping, but I did still like it.
It's fine, is what it is. I had expectations.
Fair.
like my favorite Krampus thing happens to be a musical, and it's the Krampus episode of American Dad. Have you seen this masterpiece of holiday television?
I have not. I absolutely have not.
It's so good. Like I'm not a big Family Guy fan. Like I liked it when it was popular and then like tailed off or whatever. But both the Cleveland Show and American Dad afterwards kind of had this weird uphill climb in terms of quality, while Family Guy was just getting worse and worse.
Sure.
And like they both ended up like Cleveland Show got canceled eventually. I think American Dad is still going, but like they got so funny like in their later seasons. And American Dad has this running joke where the son Steve has like a beautiful singing voice, and they like several different episodes will just call back to this and like have him just randomly just sing like music video 90s R&B style music about whatever the situation is they're dealing with.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. Like it pops up on my Twitter or like Instagram feed every now and again, just like the hits from Steve Smith on American Dad. And I love it so much. Like his catalog is brilliant. But yeah, outside of that, in terms of favorite musicals, I love Little Shop of Horrors. I love Grease. Like I like the first Grease a whole lot. Yeah, Grease. I'm a big Grease fan.
Really?
Hairspray is really good.
I didn't have you pegged to be a 45-year-old woman. I think that's great.
Casey's full of surprises.
No, what's funny that you say that. My chorus teacher was probably a 45-year-old woman when she introduced our class to all of my now favorite musicals of all time. Like she introduced us to all of these things that I'm listing right now.
Yeah,
and that's probably why I love them to this degree. But I gotta say, and I've talked about this at length already, my absolute favorite musical to date right now is the Matilda musical. Like they made that Netflix series. Well, it was a stage play first, but then they made the Netflix movie sometime afterwards, based on the Roald Dahl film book that got a movie that then got a musical. It is amazing, top to bottom, in terms of like the theming, the musical arrangements, the dancing in those musical performances is out of this world. Like it is the best freaking musical I've ever seen in my life at this point. If you've not seen Matilda, go and watch Matilda. Like it has made me cry on rewatches.
Wow.
Because of like how moving like the music is in that musical. I love it so goddamn much.
That's great.
Dang. I gotta watch Matilda, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. Please, everyone in chat, stop what you're doing right now. Turn the
Stop
stream
watching
off.
the chat. Stop it. Stop watching the live
Go
stream.
watch Matilda.
Go watch Matilda.
I took it down with a 100-bit. Says, sing us a bit from it, Casey.
Aww.
No, we don't want to get. We don't want to get copyright.
Oh yeah, you would do
copyrighted. Yeah,
you
I
would
do it too much justice.
Good of a job. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be like, oh, that's ripped straight from the CD.
From the CD.
Because they sell CDs of it, definitely.
You're not still fighting the same boss, are you?
No, I'm. So like there is like a crazy, much like Isaac, you beat the game once and then you start unlocking like the next progression and the next progression and the next progression. And this is part of the Heaven and Hell update, what I've learned later on, in which one of the many, many stats that you can get is either good or evil stats. And if you stack yourself hard on one end of good or evil, you can make your way into heaven or hell and fight, God or the devil. And so that I'm going down to fight the devil.
So you chose the path of evil.
Wait, do you...
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be opposite? Like if you're doing really good, you wouldn't go to heaven to kill God.
Well, you go to kill God and then take God's place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you can only get up to God by being good.
Okay. So you've been bad, so you're gonna go to hell, beat up the devil, hopefully.
Like when all the enemies like start monologuing to me, I just hit skip because I don't care. So it's like I'm here for the gameplay, y'all. So I'm sure there are some like delightful lore reasons.
So once you do beat either the God or the devil,
Yeah.
do you not just turn around and take on the other one?
There,
Like, now that I'm the
both.
devil and the king of hell, I'm gonna go deal with this God guy who's at the opposite end of the spectrum.
you get a key, but then you do die, and so I don't know if I'm supposed to do something with the key. I think there are more. Like, I just think the more you play, the more bullshit you unlock, which again I'm here for. And so I'm figuring that out. Here it is, but this is it. This is the final boss of hell. And I think I'm good to go. I don't think there's any... Oh, I do have... Oh, wait, okay. What is... No, that's all good. I guess we'll give this a shot. I got 4 hits on me. I only got 4 hits on me. Ooh, here we go. There's Satan.
I really like that the idle animations for your 2 followers are just them simultaneously just moving away and then moving back together. It's like a weird synchronized dance that I just find adorable.
Oh my god, I don't have any mana.
We get SVS Guru 2000s, €5. Did we miss that?
I don't see a €5. Oh no, we might have missed that.
Okay. You want to read it? You want me to read it?
You got it.
Okay. SVS Guru 2000, €5. Used to be spent in a lot of places in Europe. We spent them here, thanks. Says, if she was still alive, Michelle Barrett, for Dabarella, she already voiced a cat person on Star Trek, the animated series. So I was looking.
Marjorie Barrett. Yeah, the
Marjorie Barrett. Who uses a flambeage.
For those Star Trek: The Next Generation enjoyers, she is Counselor Troy's mother.
Oh shoot!
She is also the voice of the computer on the Enterprise, or for all Starfleet computers. So like that soothing voice is, and I believe she was wife of
Gene Roddenberry.
Gene Roddenberry, yeah.
Yeah. Also, was Nurse Chapel in the original series.
There you go,
Christine Chapel.
Oh fuck!
I didn't know that was Troy's mom. That's wild. And yeah, there are cat people. In
Oh
Star
my
Trek.
god!
Yeah, it's
just the animated
fucky.
one.
Oh
Wow! I just tabbed back over. And
yeah,
saw
it's
some
getting real
stuff happening.
fucky.
Oh, he real big. He real big right now.
Oh god, I only got 1 hit left.
Too big.
Can I chug? Can I chug? Can I chug? Can I chug? Oh, I can chug. Ah! Very close. Very close. Oh, I died.
Dang.
Yeah.
Aw.
Very, very close. Oh, that was good. That was a good run, though.
Yeah, that
Very good run.
you almost killed Satan.
Yeah. In one try.
You almost killed Satan. And so, yeah, these are like, you know, all the other characters. Like this guy in the brown coat is the Wanderer. This might have been who you were talking about, Jesse.
Oh
right
yeah,
at the
that's
start of this.
Snuggie.
You get a boomerang. You get mostly dexterity. There's this thief character who's very fun. Like, you know, they're all fun and they're all, but like they're all just basically like starts of builds, and your build can go wild places. There is the Bard, who one of the stats is emotional effects on you and your enemies, and the Bard can help affect those. And then there's these one. Oh, I just unlocked a new one actually.
Ooh, who's the new one?
The Dragoon.
Ooh.
An expert in dragon hunting. You get a Draco spear, and so like there's a million things to unlock. There's all these characters and how you unlock them. It's such a wonderful game. I don't think we got another run in us because you saw how long that one went.
Yeah, that took a while.
But is that a skeleton on the far left?
That is the Doppelganger, which is a class I have not played at, because at the beginning of every level you choose a different class to play as.
Oh.
Wow.
I think. I haven't played it, but it's like it's so weird, and it's like changes how you play every single level, which is fucking insane. There's the gunslinger because there are guns in this game too, and this is I've been obsessed, and you see why now, because it's just
Yeah.
so much crap. I fucking love it.
That's cool. Lume recommends the Necromancer
The
as a
Necromancer.
class.
Oh, this guy right here, the Necromancer, who I have played and beat the game on.
Oh.
So much fun. It's so much fun. Here's a pirate. And then, like, you know, here's like a meta progression thing. Here, let me just try to zoom out. Where it's like you unlock crowns with every boss you beat, and then you can like unlock a little. So it's a little roguelite-y where you give yourselves boosts.
That's cool.
But then there's also Cinders, which I haven't fucking done anything with, which gives you negative aspects to your run. It makes the game more challenging. Why would you want that? I fucking don't know.
I mean, you did almost kill Satan in a single run.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you know, this one, floor contains 3 times more packs of enchanted enemies. So it's just like, oh, the game's more difficult.
Gosh.
I don't know why you want that, but it's fucking
3 times
there.
though?
That's a
That's
lot.
that's a significant
Yeah.
increase.
No, it's stupid. It's great. But I love it because it's just that replayability of the core gameplay loop. So I highly recommend Tiny Rogues, y'all.
Yeah, Lume saying
Look at those rogues dancing.
but you get more rewards and unlock more things. I think when you get those
fuck.
penalties.
Oh.
Damn it. If I unlock more things than I want it, because I want to unlock, because that's like really that's the winning this game is unlocking everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, that's how Mortal Sin was, where it's like, oh, you got to do this thing, and then you get this class, and then oh, now that you have this class, you can try this thing, because if you do that, you unlock this. And I was like, yes,
Yeah, that's all. I
all
want
of the
now.
above.
That's all I want is to unlock everything. But yeah, so that's this game. I think that's what we're gonna call it. It's been close enough to 2 hours where we can call it. This was a little last-minute stream, and I hope you all enjoyed it.
Sure.
Do we have any more tips or super chats?
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Ja Ree with 100 biddies over on Twitch. It says, will this cure my Balatro addiction?
Yes. I fell off of Balatro. I did try that new one, the poker one, the Dungeons and Degenerates poker. Have you played that at all?
Mm-mm.
It's
No.
basically poker Balatro, which is pretty fun, though. Like, I basically died at the exact same point on all of my 30 runs, where it's just like I just hit a cap, and it's like I can't.
Huh.
I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, Stratosphere says that's blackjack, I think.
oh, is that I said Balatro poker, which is Balatro.
Yeah, Balatro
Dungeons
is
and
poker.
Degenerates is Balatro blackjack. Correct.
Gotcha.
And it's very good, but I don't know. Maybe they've tuned it up. They've tuned the difficulty a little bit, but I cannot fucking beat that game.
George Lucas says, final question. Is it true that Jesse and Jack do not enjoy Breaking Bad? One of my all-time favorites, together with Better Call Saul and Deadwood.
Jack, do you also not like Breaking Bad?
I don't. I love Better Call Saul. It's something
Oh
you
my
should do.
gosh.
Better Call Saul is fantastic. I made it 3 episodes into Breaking Bad, and here's my problem. So I watched the first 3 episodes, and the only thing I was thinking for those 3 episodes was, why did he break bad? It is never like, it is really flimsy. Like, he went from 0 to I'm making drugs in a fucking blink of an eye. And I understand that is the premise of the show, but like, you're just a normal ass dude, and all of a sudden you're making and selling drugs like right a fucking way. And
I don't agree with that.
I couldn't get into it.
I think they made it very clear that he felt basically shit on as a high school chemistry teacher.
Mhm.
And he got diagnosed with cancer, and he thought he was going to die. He's like, I don't have anything to my name. I have no accomplishments. I'm going to at least use my skill to rake up a bunch of money to leave for my family. And then, because that's the initial premise,
Yeah.
you learn over time that it's much deeper than that.
I don't got time for that shit. I'm sure it's very good. I know many people whose opinion I respect and agree with that love it. I fell off, and that's all I can do. Jesse, what are your thoughts on Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I watched. I think they weren't the first 3 episodes, but I think I managed to get through 3 episodes.
Okay.
And it was just, hey, here's a person I don't like. here's what they're doing right now. Here's a terrible decision they made.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a terrible decision. Here's another person. I don't like them either. They're annoying or boring or just mean. Here's the terrible decision they're making. And that's the whole show. Just here's someone I don't like making a decision that's either very dumb or very mean. And then it's 5 seasons, I guess. I don't know. I didn't enjoy it at all.
I care about Saul Goodman.
I haven't seen Better Call Saul, so maybe I should try that.
Don't even worry about Breaking Bad. Just watch Better Call Saul because it's.
I mean, yeah,
great.
it happens before it anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can totally
It's great.
do that.
Bob Odenkirk is great. It's like that's a
great.
phenomenal show, full of characters who you know are skeevy, but you still root for. So that's what I say about that. Move to the title screen so you guys can watch the title of the game while we bullshit about Breaking Bad.
Better Call Saul.
And I feel like whoever asked that question just knows that I hate Breaking Bad and wanted to stir up some shit. Which is like, I guess hate is a strong word. I'm just indifferent towards Breaking Bad.
Like it doesn't do it for you.
Yeah.
Which I get. Because like, yeah, I started Breaking Bad at one point and then watched the first episode and then didn't start it again for several years.
Yeah.
So like, it probably doesn't have like the strongest like on ramping, but like, yeah, once I, gave it the shot and like got hooked by that premise, like it is amazing television. And like Better Call Saul, I do like Better Call Saul's premise better.
Okay.
Right. Like,
Sure.
like that at the core of that story was like this real tension between two brothers, and I am a sucker for just brother stories. Like I've said this before, like that is at the core of like just all narrative to me. Like put two brothers in it, and I'm there.
But also like, again, Saul, skeevy dude. We know he's a skeevy dude, but he is he is a real underdog here, and he does like the show at least like takes its time to be like. He was at a point was genuinely trying not to break bad. Whereas episode 1 of Breaking Bad is like, oh, fuck it, I'm a drug dealer. Whereas like they really took their time and like kind of showed that slow descent of like, death by 1,000 cuts, right?
Sure.
I like that.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, Better Call Saul. Great. All right. Any more bits or tips?
I'm not seeing any bits or tips.
Chat, if we missed something, let us know now.
You let us know because I'm about to hit the button. That means
No,
we
not
end
the
stream.
button.
But okay, so make sure if you haven't watched it yet, Jay's new design delve is up, all about World of Warcraft. Holy bejeezers. That dude loves some World of Warcraft. We might have to have like a little talk, a little internal meeting about World of Warcraft. But make sure you go watch Design Delve. Tomorrow, Adventure is Nigh. The remasters continue, which is going to be great. And then all the fun stuff next week. Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Anything?
There's some PAX stuff coming up.
Oh,
absolutely.
That's right. We have we made some very fun PAX videos that I can't wait for y'all to see. Probably
Also,
the
we'll be
first
able to...
one that will be done is Jesse and I's panel.
Yeah.
And so
nice.
If you have any interest in just watching Jesse and I bullshit about dungeon mastering for about an hour, it was a really fun to do. It was a great time. A good
Super
crowd,
fun.
good questions. Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People had great questions in there, and they were really fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, in terms of stuff that I'm doing, in about an hour, catch me and my fiance playing Undertale on my channel, Sigma Gears 9 on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna go, but like we'll probably stick around for like at least 2-3 hours.
Yes.
And
Is it both of your first playthroughs?
yes.
Yes. You know what? I enjoyed my playthrough of Undertale only because I was streaming it with a friend, and I was like,
Gotcha.
I think that's the way to enjoy it. Yeah.
Okay. I did kill Toriel.
Oh, okay.
I did. That game is not fair. I'll tell you that because I did not want to. I did not want to do what happened. The game sort of forced my hand.
Forced your hand. Interesting.
Casey is scum, says Cole Farrell. Look, I was gonna reset the whole thing, and it was like, no, live with your decision, go forward. I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah. You got to live with your decision. That's more fun that way.
Yeah,
great. So that's later tonight, and then we just check in on us next week. It'll be great.
Lampy with 100 bits says he didn't even hesitate to
Why is
kill
he lying?
Toriel, and then tried to find more victims.
Why? Okay, that last part, I did probably go, all right, well, yeah, if they're gonna make me kill Toriel, everything's got to die. Like, it was a fit of rage, but I didn't actually kill anything after that. So,
wow,
I flip flopped pretty quick.
Not just the men, the women, and the children too. Holy cow, Casey! Wow. No, all right. That's good to know. All right. Well, then that's it for us. We'll see you next time. Go check out Tiny Rogues. It's super fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Bye.